the Blackheart Man, Bunny Wailer. Welcome to the BBC.
Give thanks every time. It's always good to be here.
She got the Blackheart Man, children. I said don't go near him. She got the Blackheart Man, children. Or even lions fear him.
Inspiration comes in a manner. And when it comes from the divine inspirator, it comes in that kind of a manner. That when I listen back to these tracks, I knew for sure that I was inspired of the divine and by and through the divine inspirator. So these songs are eternal. They're not something that you'd ever get tired of listening, because it is bringing to you all the things that you would want to hear in a song.
With the Blackheart Man, I mean, it's a deep, deep, poignant song because
it took, well, it's the Blackheart Man, again. Being a song is a different thing from being the Blackheart Man. My locks now touches the ground. And it was through the Blackheart Man that I grew these locks. And he, the Blackheart Man, was already a dreadlocks that lived in the gullies and the manholes of Kingston. And our parents, told us stories about the Blackheart Man that turned us off, that youths would run away from being in any encounter with the Blackheart Man. But somehow, Bunny Wailer didn't run. Bunny Wailer is still here chanting about the Blackheart Man.
And as a boy growing up in Jamaica, time spent between Kingston and the countryside?
Yes, because Robert Marley, we were friends before we started singing. We lived in St. Anne, and he was 9 and I was 7. And that was a long time before we began the Wailers. So it's something that had to be so. It was created to be so. And it has been so. And we're still here doing these things that we're doing, focusing on the Blackheart Man.
Blackheart Man, an outcast in Jamaican society.
Of course, again, that Rastafarians are known to be the Blackheart Man. Your parents teaches you to stay away from little gullies and stay away from lonely areas, and because of the Blackheart Man.
The man who's rejected the Babylonian system.
Yeah, the man who has been rejected by the Babylon system and who too has rejected the Babylon system. So I'm still here as the Blackheart Man, but we're playing all of this great music to be focusing on going futuristically as a great and wonderful people who we are in playing the Blackheart Man. Keep thanks.
Fighting Against Conviction, another key track from the first solo album, Blackheart Man, of course, has a deep significance now because countries, towns and states are legalizing marijuana. And you were fighting against a conviction because you went to jail.
Yes.
For the possession or not?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talk about that, because first I was arrested, wherein I wasn't having anything to do with selling of marijuana. But at the end of the day, I was the only one who was arrested, that was charged and was sent to prison. And I'm still here focusing on getting some kind of justice out of that.
You went to trial, presumably?
I went to trial, and the trial said the case against I was withdrawn.
But you still went to prison?
But I went to prison. So these are the things that, apart from singing the Blackheart Man, I've been living the life of the Blackheart Man.
Incarcerated in a prison, in the same prison for how long?
For 1 year and 2 months, Richmond Farm Prison. That's there in Richmond, in St. Mary. And that's a parish that my family came from too, you know. My dad was a St. Mary individual, you know, and all of his brothers and sisters, they came from St. Mary. And I was imprisoned in that facility. It's a very serious truth that I am now being, you know, focusing on with Rodigan. Big time.
Hear the story.
Battering down sentence, fighting against conviction, yeah. With a pregnant woman, yes, and 5 kids to care for. Can't cool my heels, I've got to do the town.
Bunny Wailer couldn't cool his heels, he had to do the town. The Blackheart Man album is an album which will take serious attention. And people go back to it again and again and again because there are so many songs on that. It's an album that was played almost as every track was a single.
Yeah.
Sound systems and so on.
Yeah.
But this song.
Oppression is the poor man's choice. But in this, he does rejoice. His burden.
The Oppressed song, Bunny. What a song.
Yeah. Serious, you know. Well, I'm still going through that, you know. Children and females are a part of my life because females bring the next generation into this world, and I've got a 7-year-old, so I'm still on the track.
I asked Bunny earlier on, I shouldn't have done, it was rude of me. How old are you, Bunny? He just looked at me and said, old enough. Judging by the way you leap about on stage, whatever you're on, I need half a pint.
Yeah, just that is enough.
That juice, whatever that juice is, give me some of that juice. Why did you decide to leave the Wailers? What caused you to walk out, so to speak? I mean, it was more than apparent that these first 2 albums, Catch a Fire and Burning, were just truly phenomenal, and they were critically acclaimed. Why did you decide to leave?
Well, it was something that, you know, came to be a decision made in me because I couldn't make that decision in Robert and Peter at the time. And I was not satisfied with the way how Chris Blackwell was handling the Wailers. And I'm still not satisfied. But I'm still here playing this great music and to be focusing on all the things that is related to this great music, to be living and to be setting an example as one that he is here as one that sets an example, to be making sure that my brothers, sisters, friends and families hold on to what I know is good for them as we go forward.
Never knew that the time would come
into
when
the
every
future
man's got to
of
find
this great
where he
music.
does come from.
Blackheart Man.
Never knew
Big
that
time.
the time would come when every pig must find its big tree. Jump, little pigs, into your trees and say you are free.
Yeah, real.
Say you are free.
Hey, I've been rebuked and I've been scorned, rejected of men, but now I'm born to live with you.
So won't
So
you,
won't
two,
you
my
two
loved ones, bring
come
you
along?
wine with me? Let's
Yeah.
live in love, in peace and harmony,
Harmony.
and say we are free.
Say we are free.
Say we are free.
Hey, in my victory,
There I
there I wanna be.
so safe and free.
Oh yeah, Yeah, still here. Searching hard to find reasons to be free in this fig tree.
Do you remember writing this song when the muse descended upon you and you took pen to paper?
At the time I was living in Bull Bay. Well, you know that melodies are something that comes to you based on how you set yourself. And fig tree, you know, is something that I have been focusing on, living this kind of a life, that I could sing a song about fig tree that relates to my existence as a human being here on this earth. And I'm satisfied and I'm feeling good and proud to have been the individual that wrote these kinds of songs that I know that for generations and generations to come, they will be related just the same. Big tree, big time.
You know what's coming next? When the history books are written,
Yeah,
on this great music,
yeah.
there are many songs that will stand tall. This is one of them.
There's a land that I have heard about so far across the sea.
Marcia Griffiths did a beautiful version of this, didn't she?
Yeah, so, yeah, man. And this song was done before this song.
Yes, because you did it for
I
Lee
did for Coxon.
and
Studio One.
there was an instrumental version for Lee Perry as well.
Yeah, well, Lee Perry.
Yeah.
Well, this was a track I did for Lee Perry, and then I updated it for the Blackheart Man album.
Bunny Wailer on the BBC.
That's the strangest man I've seen.
One extra special. Bunny.
Having the mark of a Nazarene.
Yeah.
He carries a prophetical message.
For those younger listeners who are perhaps not aware of the significance of Rastafarianism within the context of the music and also as a way of life, if someone, a young person came up to you and said, what is a Rastafarian and what does it mean? How could I become a Rastafarian and why would I become a Rastafarian? What would your response be, Bunny?
Well, you see, the word that comes forth from his imperial power is the word of life. And through the word of life, I have learned to be a Rastafarian serving the might and power of the Trinity Emperor Haile Selassie. And that is what I would want for all my brothers and all my sisters now here on this earth to know of serving the Most Highly High Selassie High.
The teachings of the Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the conquering line of the tribe of Judah.
Yes.
And there is a direct line of descendancy.
Yes, of course, you know, because there's so much things that we should really know that has not been taught to us. But as we grow older and this television, the screens is bringing out so much things that we did not have a chance to get to learn in school, but now the internet is supplying all of that information. I am giving thanks every time for the might and power of the Trinity that brought about all the knowledge that we would now learn from the internet. Big time.
Why did you write Armageddon?
Well, you know, that's a very serious track.
We've got wars and rumors of war. Nations rising up against nations.
Nations rising up against nations.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. When you turn your television on or your radio, that's the news. Nations rising up against nations. Yeah.
Bide Up. Biding Up with Bunny Wailer on BBC One Extra.
Dark clouds do bring rain. Then comes the sun to shine again. So we should walk and not look back. And as living examples, we got to make sure that we set that example for this and that and future generations to follow.